So what is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, and today, man, you guys overwhelmed me so much with more questions. The last video that I did, the one that went up yesterday, overwhelming. The responses were overwhelming to it. More questions, more stuff, and I thought, I gotta answer my people. So let's go. So today we're doing something a little different. I got a good friend of mine, Sadie Sim. She did a build on the Sim. So I'm going to show this video off as I'm answering your questions today and doing what we did yesterday. But if you get a chance, I put the links in the description below. Go check out her work. As you can see, this is fantastic. She built a replication of a city or a town in Wild World and posted it on YouTube. Fantastic. And this is basically a 40-minute video of her building the entire world, the map. So be sure to go check that out, please. And now we jump into the craziness that is questions. You guys have hit me with so many questions, and I am so overwhelmed. But let's just jump into it. First one comes from Twitter, and this one I wanted to show off. This is from Piccone Signor. And he says, Nintendo Gurus, if you look at some item screens, you can actually customize them, and down in the crafting, there is a customize right. So this is pretty cool. If you've noticed, you look at these pictures that he's showing in this tweet, there is actually a fishing rod that is purple and orange, and then there is a net that's yellow and orange. And this just makes me think, like, man, if this is where we're at, if this is where we go with this, if this is something that absolutely happens where we are now able to customize tools as well as clothes and all this stuff, like, this is amazing. This is really cool. Like, I remember playing, all the Animal Crossing iterations, and the main thing is you want to get a gold net or gold fishing rod because of the fact that, like, it draws fish and bugs to you, makes it a little bit easier to catch stuff. But this is just cool because now you can actually have things the color and the way you like them. I really hope this is a true thing that becomes, and hopefully we can customize it further than what we're thinking in our heads. Like, I would love to be able to do colors, or maybe put maybe even put textures on it so there's a picture on your net as well. Just, the mind is going right now. It's awesomeness. Morgan says, Bobby, someone in a New Horizons Discord that I'm in pointed out that by next Monday, we will only be 11 days away, and that just got me really excited, so I wanted to share. We are so close, and then a lot of gibberish. We got a lot of gibberish typing here. Also, I finished paying off my Animal Crossing New Horizons Special Edition Switch pre-order today, which has me so excited. I'm just so ready for this game, dude. Let me tell you what. The hype levels are through the roof. I am super excited for this game. Man, I cannot wait to have this game, to play this game, to stream this game, to play with you guys. Like, this is the moment that I've been waiting for 8 years. Like, 8 long years. We've been sitting here waiting on the Wii U. I bought 2 Wii U's for me and my ex-wife at the time for us to play Animal Crossing together and have our own towns and not argue and fight over it. And this is the culmination of 8 long years. And I cannot wait. We are so close. So close. I cannot wait. Mr. Mobhawk Gaming, same here. Thank you so much. But one more question. Do you think we could hang things on the cliff walls, i.e. wreaths and patterns? Okay, so I like where you're going here. I really do. I like the idea. I like the concept. And it makes sense to some degree. But I just don't think they're going to allow this. It would be kind of cool to, like, have, like, you build a cave per se, or something that looks like a cave, and then maybe you hang a couple shovels on the side, or like a pickaxe on the side, to give the impression that, like, hey, this is a mine that you go down in and grab your tools on your way down, things of that nature. It would be really cool if we could. I just don't know that it's something they're going to allow us to do. It makes sense. I mean, ultimately, it does make sense because we're allowed to now hang stuff on walls, which was basically new in New Leaf, but now that we have the outside decorating, it would make sense, honestly. I just don't know what, man, it would be kind of cool, now that you're saying this, to build like a wall and then hang a big clock on the outside of the wall, and it could be like your focal piece. Man, dude, I want it now. Now you've made me want it. I didn't want it before, now I want it. Oh, I hate you. Thank you. Thank you for making me want something that I know I wanted. Holy crap, this is going to be amazing. Lindsay Schley, she says, so, of the characters in the demo, one was named Demetrius, so it looks like we'll have at least 9-letter names. That's a good point out. And this is what I love about the community. You guys are pointing stuff out that I miss, absolutely. Demetrius, 9 letters. So could we potentially get 10? I mean, it would make sense, right? And the funny thing was I think in the last video, I was like, 6. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It makes sense that you would have big names like this. Demetrius is a big name. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I can't believe I missed it. So thank you for that, Lindsay. Sophie McCree says, I'm going to guess Shrunk is probably cut from the game. Saw some gameplay where the villagers give you reactions. So here's the thing. We did talk about this. This is a thing. Apparently villagers definitely are, I've been putting this off. And I feel like I'm about to unleash a video this week of a theory that I have of what happens to all these characters. There's a lot of characters. We have a lot of characters now that are kind of misplaced, and they're not essentially in the game. We have a lot of characters that are, for lack of a better word, just missing in action. And we haven't seen of them, we haven't heard from them. And then there's you have Dr. Shrunk, and he's been a staple in the game since, I would want to say Wild World. I could be wrong with that, but I believe Wild World was his first appearance. So when you think about these things, it's this is crazy that we're losing these characters. I mean, more you got Lyle and Lottie and all these where are these people? Probably this week I'm going to do a theory, because I have some ideas of what I think is happening here. So we'll jump into some of this later on this week, but you're right. It's a little befuddling to me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little confused as to where some of these characters are. Jeff G. I realize I'm several hours late, but I'm suddenly concerned about time traveling. Not to do the obvious thing, like getting trees to mature, get to the next holiday event, but things like I get home from work at 10 p.m. and I want to play like it's daytime. Any reason to think I couldn't adjust my Switch clock if I had to? So here's the thing. I believe that, and this is a question that comes up, I think, later on as well, but here's the thing. Nintendo is putting in free updates, right? So why are there free updates? There are free updates to keep people from time travel, in the sense of they don't want us to spoil things. They don't want me, who's a streamer, to go, you know what, guys? Today we're going to do Christmas. Come on, everybody, let's go do Toy Day. Come along, let's celebrate and do Toy Day in July rather than in December when it is. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want people to time travel to that thing. So that tells me that there's absolutely the ability to time travel. So I don't see a reason at all why you can't time travel to daytime if you want to play during the day, if you typically sleep at night. If you typically are a guy that works at night, sleeps during the day, then yeah, why wouldn't it make sense? If you enjoy playing during the day, yeah, I mean, it makes total sense, and I believe that you can time travel. Now, keep in mind, you have the typical time traveling issues, like if you have, you time travel, you have turnips, they're all going to die. Now, there used to be a big, ugly flower that used to, spawn in your town that you could never get rid of, and it was kind of like the scarlet letter that would basically tell you, hey, this person, they're a time traveler. Yeah, I don't think you have a problem time traveling. I think you'll be able to do exactly what you want to do. Old School Oli. So maybe CJ and Flick will host those tournaments with the new rules, but Chip and Nat will have the classic tournaments. Now, when I read this, I'll be honest with you, my first reaction was maybe. Now, my reaction later on is possible. I don't know that I think that's going to be the way it is. It would be kind of cool. I had this weird theory of what's happening to these villagers, and I just got to do a little bit of research before I say something, because I don't want to say something and then it's an absolute lie or it's misleading and such. But I think that, there's a possibility to what you're saying here, and it does make some bit of sense when you think about it. Have the new characters do the new school rules, because also there used to be tournaments every month. Every month you got fishing tournaments. Every month you got, it used to flip-flop, but typically you got bug tournaments and fishing tournaments all year long. It would flip-flop the rules. So maybe that's a possibility that we are going to get the characters, 1 month it's CJ, next month it's Chip. We'll see as time goes on. Hannah 072 says, I think we're not going to have that many more actual shop buildings, but I think the buildings we know of will expand to add other shops. I think the door to the left side of Nook's Cranny will expand for Leaf Shop. The Able Sisters will have Kix/Label in the other side of the left door, and the Town Hall will expand to add a post office and maybe the Roost and KK at the museum. So, to some degree, I like where your mind is going here. I love the idea of we don't necessarily lose these buildings. I just, in my mind's eye, I know what I want to build, and I need more buildings to do it, is what it essentially boils down to. So for me, I'm hoping we have additional buildings. But, I mean, if we can merge stuff and cut back on the space that we use, I'm okay with that too. I do believe that see, I don't think that Leaf would show up in Nook's Cranny. And I know already from a fact from different videos that we've seen that we're going to get the next iteration of Nook's Cranny. It's not just going to be stuck on Nook's Cranny. So eventually, like, I think we'll definitely see something happen. Who knows, ultimately. But this will be kind of cool to see how it works out. But I like where you're going here. And I think there's a very good, strong possibility that the Roost definitely shows up. Especially with the upstairs being blank. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me why that would be absolutely empty up there. So we'll see as time moves on. But yeah, I can't say you're wrong, honestly, because we don't know. But at the same time, like, I like where your mind is here. Aha Ghost says, do you think we'll be able to use Amiibo figures for more than just Photopia? Like in New Leaf, where we got exclusive furniture. Yes, I believe in my heart that not only are we going to get exclusive furniture, I think we're also going to be able to scan in and bring villagers into town. I think Photopia is just an additional thing, an additional piece to the puzzle that we're going to be able to use this thing in furtherness above and beyond what just the typical Amiibo usage is. I can't see that with all these Amiibo figures, there's got to be more to it than just Photopia. I mean, we have 3 different Isabels. If you consider the Smash, we have 3 different Isabels. I don't think that they put all these characters in there for us not to be able to use them. We will see, but I think that I think you're right, and I think that we'll definitely get more use out of them. I think we're going to get exclusive furniture, whether it be wallpaper or flooring or whatever. I think there's definitely going to have something exclusive to that, so we'll see. Shasta Crossing. Do you think there will be exclusive DLC furniture sets that can only be gotten through in-game purchases? Do you think be able to send mail and gifts to each other, or only those who live in the same island as you? So I do not believe that we will get exclusive DLC furniture via in-game purchases. I believe that all furniture will remain free. This is a staple of the Animal Crossing franchise. I don't see Nintendo changing it. As I had stated in a previous video about DLC and in-game purchases, it becomes a problem. So if I get an item, right, if I pay for an item, they have to do 2 things. They have to give me the item immediately. They can't just turn around and go, oh, maybe we'll give you the item later, like at a later date. You'd have to give me all the items day one. So if you have an exclusive furniture set, it kind of diminishes the whole point of like getting the furniture and earning it and finding it and collecting it and trading, because they want that interaction with each other. But the other thing is if I buy something, I can no longer trade it with you, because you don't own it. If you go back and you think about like Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, when I bought it, if I owned the DLC package and you didn't buy it, we couldn't race together. You couldn't come in because just because I had the tracks, it didn't open it up to you. So I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think that they're going to basically make DLC free. They're going to trickle it out as they've always done. I don't believe we'll have in-game purchases. I believe that the in-game purchases thing that pops up is basically buying Nintendo Online through the game. I think that because the United States, with the rules with the ESRB, I think that they made them state it and post it because of there is an in-game purchase. But if you look at Japan, you look at Europe, they don't have it in their eShop. They don't have it in none of their stuff. So this in-game purchases thing is not necessarily, I believe, for any DLC furniture. I think you're safe to you'll get furniture and all that stuff for free and updates. The second part of your question is, do you think we'll be able to send mail and gifts to each other? Yes. I think that once you interact and you've changed and you get your friend's town name and all that stuff, it'll be like every other Animal Crossing game. You'll be able to send furniture and gifts just like every other game. They will just make it where, when you start off, you'll do it within the town. within the area that you live. But then eventually it'll open up and you'll be able to go other places as well. Lucy Withington, she says, if you could come up with an idea for Animal Crossing New Horizons, what would it be? Completely different idea. So, man, if I could come up with one idea for Animal Crossing New Horizons, what would it be? Oh, man. So the one thing that I've said that I want is I want Tortimer's Island. I want Tortimer's Island to return. We have no idea whether that is a thing or not, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Tortimer's Island. What I want is I want us to be able to go out, find new islands, whether it's the dodo bird system or whatever, but I want to be able to put stars on islands that we find. I want a place that if I get my friends, we just go out, we can go to an island, and there's games set up so I can spend time with my friends away from my town where I don't have to worry about them trampling flowers or messing up flowers. We could go to an off-site. It doesn't matter if it gets tore up. We could spend time there. We could fish. We could play games. We could catch bugs, do all this stuff, and then that's basically what it is. So what I'm looking for in this game is a separate island that's totally different than anything we've seen. Ultimately, like that's what I would want. The main thing is I want the island. I want to be able to go someplace and play games with friends off away from the main island. So that's what I have. I hope that's a good idea. I don't know, man. I you put me on the spot, so I hope I did you justice and did well with that question. Spoopy, who's your favorite villager character and special character in Animal Crossing? So those that know me know that I love Bill. Bill is a duck that I ran into when I played the GameCube version. He was the first villager that came up to me and spoke to me, and I kind of just fell in love with his attitude ever since. He's a jock animal, but he used to be also in the GameCube very arrogant and would talk trash to you because he was very competitive. You'd get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I used to get up at 5. I'd get up at 5, take a shower before I had to go to work. I'd play, and he was trash talking me that he got up before I did, and I'm lazy bum that takes forever to get up and take on the world. So I love his attitude in that game. So he's definitely my favorite by far. I also like Stitches. Like everybody, I like Marshall as well. But Stitches was another one because he talked comic books. I loved Stitches when I found him in City Folk. He just showed up one day and I was like, this guy is amazing. I love him. So definitely Bill is my number one. Stitches is my number 2. As far as special character in Animal Crossing, I would have to say it's either Tom Nook or KK Slider. I like KK Slider because he gives me music, and I like going to his sets 8 o'clock on Saturday nights and listening to him play and do all that stuff. But definitely like Tom Nook. I know he gets a bad rap, but I kind of always liked his like ferocity for making money. Like he's the extreme capitalist, and it makes me laugh to see like he's constantly overcharging. Even when I used to love like in New Leaf, I'd tell him no when he would ask me if I wanted expansions, and he like laugh like, yeah, okay, sure, you're pulling my leg. We're gonna do it anyway. And I was like, no man, I just told you I didn't want that extra room. Stop, don't build. But he would do it anyway. So I just like Tom Nook. I think he's kind of funny. So the final question we got, Old School Oli, he asked another question, but he asked this on my community tab, and it said, do you think Lottie and the Crows from Pocket Camp will be in the game since they are from spin-offs? So, the Crows, I like them a lot. OK Motors is where they're from. I like them a lot. I think they're cool characters. It was one of the things that I loved about Pocket Camp was running into those 3 guys. I hope they return. I like them a lot. Lottie, man, she's tough. That's a tough one. That's Lyle's niece, and it would be nice to think that like they do show up. Because ultimately, like my hopes were always like you could add Happy Home Designer to a new Animal Crossing game. It would be kind of fun, and that's what I've always kind of thought. Like it would be really cool to have like, hey man, here we go. We're gonna play this game, and then here's this little game within the game, and we're gonna do this, and this is what it's gonna be. But it just didn't essentially work out that way. And I hope that this is something that like Lottie shows up, because you still got Digby as well. Like Lottie shows up, and maybe Lottie just basically says like, hey, there's a new villager wants to come in. And they actually paid for this package, and this package is for you to design their home. That would be kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, if it gave us an additional job to do, just additional stuff for the game. Like, every now and again, just to jump in and do this stuff, like, it'd be awesome. So there we go. So again, real quickly, I want to thank Sadie Sim. Please go over, check out her YouTube channel, check her out on Twitter. Links are down in the description. Please go give her a follow, go give her a sub, all that stuff. She does phenomenal work, as you guys were able to see. I love her build. I love her ability to build. It's amazing. She got all other builds too, different games. It's crazy. It's amazing. Go check her out, please. You won't regret it. Also, thank you guys for the questions. You guys really overwhelmed me with this latest video. I was completely caught off guard with, I just did it because I thought, hey, this will be kind of fun, and then you guys hit me with more questions that just, I was like, I gotta do another video. So thank you for that. I maybe we'll try to do these once a week. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are giving me enough content to go on and do this, but I want to do stuff to make you guys happy. So obviously you enjoyed the last video. It spawned you guys to ask a bunch of questions, so maybe that's something I'll do, is throughout the week, if you guys ask questions or you leave comments that I like, I'll highlight them in a video. We'll see how it goes moving forward. Additionally, please remember, follow me Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitch at Nintendo Gurus. Remember, if you follow me on Twitch, we are giving away the Animal Crossing Special Edition to one lucky winner. That person will be announced on March 13th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'll announce it on my Twitter handle. I figured that'd be easier just to make the announcement there. You know, congratulations, so-and-so. So be sure to check out there, and it'll be around 12 because I work during the day. So I'll pull the winner right around 12, and then sometime after that, I'll make the announcement, just so you guys know. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I hope that you really did enjoy it. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know what's going on around here. That is all. Peace out, Preston.